Oh snap, are we live already? Are we live? What's up guys? Welcome back to another video today. Hold on, let me close this out because we actually just finished recording the Minecraft one. So we can close these out. But we're going to be watching this video by Ray William Johnson. Don't date her. Now if y'all never seen the Jodi Arias story, this is definitely what it's about. We're about to be getting into some crazy stuff. But yeah, before that, go ahead and like the video, you know. Show some support. Let's sit back. Let's watch this tomfoolery. And yeah, let's get into it. Terrible situation, man.
So this woman is apparently crazy, and you should never date her. Now, the
Yeah,
woman's name is
1000%.
Jody's around 25 when this story starts, and she's living in
1000%,
California.
bro.
And Jody appears to really, really want a boyfriend. Like, she just wants someone to love. And one day in 2006, she
Nothing wrong with
finally
that
gets
in
that
the beginning.
opportunity. Because she goes to a work conference
Oh,
in Las Vegas. And there she meets this guy, Travis. And Jody
Travis.
thinks Travis is fine, and Travis thinks she is fine. Now, she's
Here we go.
actually dating someone else during this time, but
Wait,
she doesn't
what?
seem to care. She
hold on now. Nah, what? She really wants a boyfriend? She wants someone to love. She already has a boyfriend. This some like blonde blazer type activity. What's going on?
now likes Travis, and they hit it off instantly, and they
Nah,
hang
bro,
out
that's-
the entire conference.
If you find that out,
Now,
bro.
unfortunately, the two of them live in different states. She lives in California, while he lives in Arizona.
Arizona?
But
That's not even that
doesn't
different. That's
stop
basically
her.
neighboring
She
states.
immediately dumps the guy that she's dating to focus all her energy on Travis. Not only that,
Hey, he got
Travis
off clean.
is actually a Mormon.
He got off
and
clean.
his long-term relationship goal
He's a
is
Mormon?
to marry another Mormon. Well, that's not going to stop Jody. She's straight up converts.
Is she gonna become
like,
Mormon?
right away? She's just like, well, I'm
Crazy.
a Mormon now. Here's actually a picture of her getting baptized into the
Crazy.
church. I believe Travis is actually the one who baptizes her. And so from here,
That's some
Travis
crazy
and
work.
Jody officially start dating in a long-distance relationship.
Okay.
And everything's going well. They're having fun.
Big
they're
Mormon
calling each other all
things.
the time. They're traveling together. They're doing, all sorts of coupley things.
Nah, that picture with her hands around his neck, is that foreshadowing? That's crazy.
They're traveling together. They're doing, all
Nah, that's crazy. He looks genuinely concerned too.
sorts of
Nah, that's
coupley
crazy.
things. Not only that, but their physical relationship is apparently very spicy. Now, he is a
Yeah,
practicing
that's the
Mormon,
basis
so
at
he
which they
feels
met,
like
right?
It is sinful to be smashing before marriage.
Forgive me, Lord, I
but
have
I guess
smashed.
that doesn't stop them. They hook up as often as they can.
So he
They
violated?
talk dirty on the phone and
Wait, hold on. What's the point of of standing on like your religion if you're just gonna if you're just gonna violate it like that? What's the point of doing all this if you're just gonna violate that? I thought you were supposed to stand 10 toes down, wait until marriage. What happened? That's crazy.
Sometimes they even hook up.
All that, bro. Just to go and violate anyways. Why even make her convert then? It's like you said your goal was to be like, oh, I'm a Mormon, so I'm gonna get married to another Mormon. That's a part of my religion and whatnot. Bro, I swear, this is what people be doing with religion, bro. They be moving so crazy behind their religion. It's insane, bro. And then don't even stand on it at the end of the day. That's the crazy stuff. They say, oh, I'm gonna get married to a Mormon. She converts, he like converts her to Mormonism, and then doesn't even wait until they get married to start smack. Bro, come on. That stuff. He got tempted, and she got tempted. Whatever they were gonna stand on, they're not standing on it. I'm not even saying I'm even like that, but like if you're gonna say you're gonna stand on it, at least stand on it. Like, come on now.
In the car. Like, damn, wait till you get home. Anyway, you get the point. They get physical, and this apparently causes Travis to feel a lot of guilt, but whatever. He still does it. Now, Travis has a set of friends who try and look out for him. These friends are convinced that Jody is not good for him. And also that
Yeah, she already convinced him. She already convinced him to like break his vows, right? Or I guess he can't really be convinced if he's standing on it. He can't really be convinced. So I can't blame her for that. But like she definitely didn't stand on it with him. So there's one thing.
And to be fair, they're not exactly wrong. Jody will sometimes get jealous and possessive and go through Travis's emails and his social media, and she's just like generally spying on him at all times. Sometimes she even
That's
follows
crazy.
him to the bathroom and waits outside to see if he makes a phone call or anything. But I guess it doesn't bother Travis enough to push him away. Because, like, he even buys her a shirt and a short set with his name on it for Valentine's Day. There's this Travis out
Nah, he
campus.
loves.
So I guess it's
He
that
loves
kind
that
of
yandere
relationship.
stuff.
But anyway, then around
Nah, he loves that
2007,
yandere stuff.
things start to change. So these
What's
two have
that?
only been dating for like 4 or 5 months at this point.
That's
And
crazy,
one
bro.
day, Jody is snooping through Travis's
Whole religious background clapped in 4 to 5 months, bro. What?
phone, like she often does.
They're not
and
even
she
married
sees that he's
or
been
getting
texting
married.
with other women. Now,
And he's
she
texting
already
other
knows that
girls?
he's a flirtatious
What
guy,
is this?
But this time, I guess
They're not standing on nothing.
And they end up breaking up. Now, you would think that this would be the end of it, but no. Jody's crazy ass actually moves to be closer to him. She literally packs up all her stuff and moves from California all the way to Arizona to live
This is
just
down
a
bad.
little bit away
This
from
is down
Travis's
bad.
house. And so they do this whole they're technically broken up, but they still smash thing. And to make it worse, Jody starts
After
helping
moving.
him out by cleaning his house for money. I guess he just like gives her the work. Imagine breaking up with someone and then they just show up at your house like, hey, can I vacuum your living room? All right, but anyway,
What?
to be fair to Travis, he actually does try and move on and date other women. However, strange things keep
This whole
happening
situation
in his
is
life.
cooked already.
Like his tires get slashed and his social
Okay.
media gets hacked. His journals go missing.
It's all
Which is probably
Jody.
the result of Jody acting crazy. And like one time she wants to get into his house, but she doesn't have access, so she just like straight up crawls
breaks in?
through the doggy door like a freaking
What?
psychopath. But anyway, here's where their on again off
It's like that?
relationship
You want it that
starts
bad?
to go wrong. Through all of this, Travis and Jody continue.
Oh, if you ever need it that bad, then you probably don't need it at all, bro. That's crazy. What? She was crawling through the doggy door to get to him? That's down crazy. What?
You to smash, even though he's trying to move on. But Jody, she's not trying to move on. She wants Travis
You
back,
gotta-
and she
You
wants
gotta
him
find some
all
other
to
type of meaning
herself.
in your life.
Regardless, he's actively going out on dates with other women, trying to find someone new. And eventually, he does meet one particular nice woman, and he thinks she is fine. While Jody, she decides to move away from Arizona back to California and live with her grandparents. But despite not being in
Crazy.
Arizona anymore, she still wants to be with Travis. Like, she still
course.
calls him, she still stalks his social media, and she
Crazy,
still
bro.
keeps showing up in his life. All the while, they seem to keep up the occasional phone sex thing too. And so now we're in like 2008. And around this point,
this is making
Jody
me
finds
tired
out
listening to
about
it,
a
bro. Just
trip
cut it
Travis
off.
is going on to Cancun, Mexico. I guess it's like a yearly company trip, and I think he's allowed to invite people to go with him.
This is that situation. This is one of those situations where boundaries are important. It's like nobody's standing on nothing at this point. They're just playing around.
And he decides to not invite Jody to go with him. But you know who he does invite to go with him? That other woman that he likes. And so Jody finds this out, and she's apparently all pissed off. And she's not gonna let him run off to Mexico with some other woman. So she goes and she steals a pistol from her grandparents. And then, several days before Travis is set to leave for Cancun, Jody packs the gun in her bag. And then she suddenly just shows up at Travis's house to say hi.
Oh,
Now,
nah.
by this point, Travis and that other woman are still going to Cancun, but they're just going as friends. I guess they ultimately decided not to date. But I don't know if Jody knows this or if she even cares. And so Travis lets her into his place. So they're hanging out. And one thing leads to another, and they start smashing. They're apparently having a real
of
good
course.
time. And Travis has gotten a new digital camera, and so they decide to take
They
some
record it?
spicy photos of one another in the bed and apparently in the shower too. Now, it's at this point that Jody decides that it's time to make sure that no other woman can have Travis, and that
Whoa.
she needs to unalive him. And
Whoa.
so she gets a knife that I guess she had hidden somewhere. And
Whoa.
she starts stabbing him over and over and over again.
Nah, bro.
She actually stabs him 27 times. Then, to make
27
sure the
is
job
so
finished,
crazy, bro.
she cuts his throat. Then, I guess to really make sure the job is finished, she shoots him in the
Heck
head.
no, bro.
Now, here's the really wild part. Remember that digital camera that he had? Now, I don't know if she took the pictures on purpose or by accident, but a picture is taken of Travis while he's dying on the bathroom floor.
What?
And obviously, I can't show you the picture.
Bro, he did
It's
not
awful,
deserve to get
but
done
it
like that,
exists.
bro.
Then,
Like, I get it. I get it, right? He was loose with his morals and all that. He was kind of taken by I guess temptation, sexual temptation, by like he was just like trying to mess with like all these different girls, but he did not deserve to go out like that, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Nah.
Travis is unalived. Jody drags his body to the shower to wash it. I guess she's trying to clean up his body and maybe stage the crime scene. I'm not sure.
That
what
is
her
crazy.
plan is. But afterwards, she
Yeah, I gotta
tries to
be
mess
careful,
up the
man,
digital
who you
camera,
messing
and
with.
She throws it in the washing machine along with all the bed sheets. Then she just
If they're
leaves
moving
the
that
place,
crazy?
like nothing happened. Like she didn't just murder the guy she's in love with. Anyway, so eventually police investigate.
Man, stay
all
safe
this,
out here.
and immediately Travis's friends bring up the fact that he has this nutty ex-girlfriend, Jody. So of course, they search Travis's place, and along with other evidence, they find the digital camera with all those spicy pics on them. And these pictures are time-stamped, placing her at the scene of the crime. And so, bam, they arrest Jody. Here's her mugshot.
Gone.
And ultimately, she
Get
goes
her outta
to
here.
trial, and she's found guilty, and she's sentenced to life in
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah. Nah, get that. Nah, get up out of here, bro. That's such a crazy thing, man. That's so crazy.
So this woman, let's call her Diamond.
Should we
because
do
she's a
another
real
one?
gem. And one day,
I feel like
Diamond's
doing
at the
some more.
dentist's
It's not
office.
bad.
I think it's for a consultation.
Can we
kind of
pause
thing.
this?
I'm not really sure. But
Hello?
she's about to start some major Because
I guess we're just gonna watch this one, honestly. It's lagging, but it looks interesting anyway, so
the appointment, she asks the receptionist,
we're just gonna watch another one
"Actually,
real
can I
quick.
get documentation
We'll make it a
of
combo.
everything that was done today?" And this turns into a bit of an argument because the staff is like, "Yeah, that'll
Okay.
take time to compile together, but we'll mail it to you." But Diamond apparently wants her documentation now. And she makes a huge deal out of this. And it turns into a fight. And eventually, I guess the dentist and her staff, they're fed up with her. And they call the police to come mediate.
All right, what's going on?
There is nothing
Oh.
here. All I asked was just for my documentation about what happened here and what went on, and they refused to give me my paperwork, and that's all I asked.
And so the dentist is there,
Okay.
and then she explains her side.
I didn't expect to get the real footage.
I was unable to have documentation
I didn't just-
until I Wait, let her
compile it.
finish.
Until
I compile it.
Mhm.
I asked her if she would like to come back for it, then she can come back for it.
So then police, they explain all this to Diamond in simple terms so that she understands.
They do not have the documents ready for you right now, and that's
It's
the
not even ready.
Then Diamond won't give them her address so that they can mail her the documentation she wants so badly.
Because they don't have an address or a place to send it to.
She
That's
does
why.
need to write
Can
that
you
down.
give her?
Can y'all be like email it?
They already told me I have to leave. I have to leave the premises right
You
now.
want, if you want them sent to you, then
She's
give them
stressed
the
out.
address. It's very simple.
And so she doesn't give them her address, but whatever. She can come back and get the documentation later. No big deal.
She just looks
problem
scared.
solved, right?
I don't even know what happened.
No, because
But what's
Diamond
going on?
isn't gonna let this go. She wants to argue with police and make things difficult for
Why?
everyone.
Just sit down and we'll get you your documents here in a minute.
I'll go for another walk again and wait.
Okay.
I don't even understand what's going on. What happened? She just wanted. Did anything happen? Like, what even happened while she was there? Why does she want the documentation? That's what I'm trying to find out. Is she just like, I don't even know what's going
Just
on.
stay here. I don't here and everywhere. I need to find where you're at so we can just give you the documents. I'm sure it'll be just
I can
another
come
minute.
back when the documents are done, and I can go for a walk until then. I don't understand why it's a problem for me to just step outside and go for a walk.
Okay, can you just step outside and just wait there? Because once they get the documents, we can just hand it to you. I can't be here all day while you're going on
You
a
don't
walk.
have to be here all day. I can come back in a few minutes when the paperwork is done. I don't understand why that's a problem.
Okay.
Okay.
They are kind of tripping. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, all right, the lady at the dentist is kind of tripping right here. Cause like honestly, what's the difference if she's standing there or if she's walking around? If she has to wait anyways, right? Like if it's gonna take a couple minutes, what's the difference between her standing literally right there outside and just walking around the premises and waiting? I feel like there's no real difference. So she's kind of reaching right there with the, you just stay right there. Like it's not necessary. If she has to wait anyways, it doesn't matter. If she could hop in her car, go get some food, come back in a second. Like I doubt it's that big of a deal, honestly. I think they're just making this situation. I think it's like she's pressing them. So like the lady that's working there is like trying not so hard not to get pressed that she's trying to like press her. That's what it seems like.
You just stay here for 1 minute, and then we'll get you your documents. Okay?
I don't understand why.
You're making a bigger issue than it needs to be.
Trying to make an issue.
They're all
I'm not
making it a
trying to
bigger
make
issue now.
problem. Why can't I go for a walk until this is done?
So finally, dentist agrees to stop everything and compile the documentation and print it out and give it to her right there so that she'll be done with this unnecessary conflict. Then this drama will be over.
But what's going on? What even happened?
Keeps arguing with the officer about
Why?
whether or not she's going to leave. Like she wants to leave and the officer's like, but don't you want your documentation? But Diamond just wants to be difficult. Like whatever is going to make this situation harder for everyone, that's what Diamond wants to do. So eventually officers had enough and she's like, please just come sit down. And telling Diamond to sit down really pisses her off.
I'm not a dog. I'm not sitting down like I'm a dog. I'm not a dog.
Stay right there. You're not moving anywhere. You're waiting for your documents. Unless you want to leave, then you're gonna be trespassed, and you'll be arrested your return.
Hey, yo.
Come sit down. You're not blocking the
I'm not
doorway.
a dog.
Yo, they said they're gonna trespass her if she doesn't sit down. They're kind of hoeing her, I'm not gonna lie. Like literally, they could have just let it go, be like, hey, yo, alright, I'm gonna go outside. You said I gotta wait for the documents. I'm gonna go outside, take a quick walk real quick, and I'll be back. And that could have been it. But I feel like, honestly, by her, like, escalating the situation by being like, nah, you can't do nothing. You can't go do nothing, this and that. You gotta stand right here. I feel like that incited her. Then she was like, nah, I'm not about to sit down like your lap dog. You're not gonna press me. And now it's just an ignorant moment.
Get off the phone.
No, I'm calling
Now
my
it's just
mom.
stupid. She said, get off the phone is crazy, bro. Yo, who does she think she is? Her mom? That's so crazy. Yo, this level of power trip goes two ways, honestly. Like, yeah, she was acting a little bit out of pocket, but the lady that working at the dentist office is not helping her. She's meeting her right where she's at, and it's just escalating the situation.
You can't
That's
tell me
crazy.
I can't call my mom.
All right, she's trespassed. They're getting her documents right now.
I'm waiting.
She was
Yo.
working there with me. I told her to sit down. She wants to call her mom and stay in the doorway.
They're refusing
Go
to give
outside.
me my they refuse to
All right,
give me my
let's go outside.
No, I'm not
Go
doing
outside.
anything. They told me to wait 2 minutes for my paperwork. I'm waiting for my paperwork. I'm opening the door.
Alright, now
open
she's
wide.
pressing. If they're saying go outside, you should go outside for sure, because it's their property, low-key. Like, hey, you got the police right there. But, like, yeah, I don't know. This was just an ignorant situation at this point. It's dragging.
Now remember, like 3 minutes ago, Diamond wanted to leave to go on a
Yeah,
walk.
she wanted to.
Now she refuses to leave. And
That's 'cause
this
they're
is
telling her
where
to.
Things start to get bad.
All right, that's
Why am I getting arrested? For what? Why am I getting arrested?
Oh, yo, they're arresting her for real?
Why am I getting arrested? For what?
Nah, taking her phone and arresting her is crazy, bro. That is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. I don't think that was necessary. Like, taking her phone, dropping her to the ground and all that. I don't think that was necessary. I'm gonna be 100. But, like, she was being super extra for real. She didn't even have to be doing all that. Like, nah, she's being crazy. She could have easily just been like, alright, I'm gonna chill outside. Make this call. Cause like at this point, like yo, you're in the place. Y'all had both agreed that like yo, I just want to go outside and wait.
Because you're not listening. Get up and go outside. This is a business.
Okay, and that's fine, Mom.
Get up and get outside now.
Okay, if you do not get up right now, you're going to jail.
That's it.
Just go. No, I'm going outside. I'm going outside. No, outside.
Why they doing her like that, bro?
Now, this arrest
Is that
a little too
assault,
violent for
bro?
me to show
Is that like a citizen's arrest, bro? Was that the lady working at the place, or was that a police officer?
you on this platform, but I can show you screenshots of it. Here's one, and
That's
here's
so
another,
crazy.
and
Wait, they
here's
hit her with
another.
the...
And then
Why were they on her like that,
Too
bro?
violent for me to Now, this arrest is a little
This
too
had to be
violent
in
for me
America. This had to be in America, bro. The only the American police be moving like this, bro.
to show you on this platform.
From what I've seen.
But I can show
At this
you
period of time.
screenshots of it. Here's one, and here's another, and here's another. And then they perp walk her to the police car, and she fights them the whole way.
We're gonna bring all your stuff now. Knock it off.
She is low-key resisting arrest, but... This is kind of crazy.
You're gonna get everything. Calm down. You'll get everything. Calm down. This is ridiculous. Then you would have gotten it. You listen. Let's go. Stand up and get in the car.
I'm not getting arrested for this.
Yes, you are. Get in the car.
Why am I getting arrested?
Because now you get arrested for refusing to move.
And of course, she still doesn't understand what she did wrong.
I just wanted my paperwork. Why?
Bro, this...
Why is that such a problem? Can I please just get my paperwork?
They're gonna tase her, bro? Bruh. This is just escalation v escalation. Like, there was no type of de-escalation tactics or training implemented in this situation at all. I feel like it was just people who just escalated. Yeah, she was being difficult in the beginning. But, like, that could have been a super done deal by anyone who knows how to de-escalate a situation for real. Like, they definitely kept escalating that, like, especially at the point where it was like, oh, can I just go walk around outside? That was a crazy point, because it's like, yeah, you can just go walk around, like, go ahead, bro. Like, what's the big deal? It's not like, you know, I understand there's probably concerns where, like, there's a hypothetical situation in which, like, she goes outside and she, like, I don't know, like, calls somebody and, like, gets, like, a weapon or something and starts busting up the property. I guess, if you really want to be that imaginative, I guess that's possible. But, like, given the fact that she just wanted to walk outside while waiting for her paperwork, I'm going to go ahead and make an educated guess to say that that was never going to happen. That escalation was never going to happen. But, like, I don't know. I guess this was just like a fear-based, control-based, like, escalation that just kept going. Like, there was no sort of leeway at all. It was just like, all right, I'm going to do something out of pocket. Oh, you're going to do something out of pocket? I'm going to do something out of pocket. Oh, you're going to do something out of pocket? I'm going to do something out of pocket. Oh, you're going to do something out of pocket? Oh, I'm going to do something out of pocket. And now she's sitting in the back of a police car. And they're trying to tase her. Talking just because she's, like, complaining about her situation. Bro, this is crazy.
Why? I just wanted to come to my mom. Why?
Now, here's the funny thing. If she had just waited 5 more minutes, all of this could have been avoided. Because at that moment, the dentist finally comes out and she has her paperwork.
This is her paperwork. I never want to see the lady again. I don't know what I need to do for that, trespassing or whatever. I've never in my life seen something that crazy, but I guess that's normal for you guys.
Meanwhile, back in the car, Diamond still doesn't comprehend what's happening.
Hello? What? Am I being arrested? Yes. For what? For trespassing after I told you how to leave.
So, not surprisingly at all, Diamond has apparently been through this before.
Please.
Oh, for real?
I don't want to get arrested.
Why?
I want to go back to
Back.
I don't want to go back to jail. Please don't make me go back to jail.
Why was she in there before?
Please. Wait, where's my backpack? I need my backpack.
Why was she in there before?
But unfortunately for her, her crying and screaming isn't persuading anyone.
What do you mean, Mom? Mom, please, Mom.
Okay, what happened, bro? What's going on, man? At this point, I just want to know what happened.
But then she says the most cryptic shit I've ever heard anyone say.
You're all gonna burn.
Whoa.
Just wait. Hell is opening up soon.
Whoa. Is she a demon? Whoa.
I wish you all the best. Get me out of here!
Is she a demon?
Satina.
Whoa.
You demon! No!
And when that doesn't work, she sings to herself?
Isn't she lovely?
Okay. I'm confused,
Isn't
man.
she wonderful?
Anyway, so bam, they throw her in jail, and she's charged with trespassing and resisting violence, and from what I read, she takes a plea deal and spends around 5 days in jail. Not a big deal, but also...
Nah, it is a big deal because it's like... you say it's not a big deal, but it also hurts, like, you know, the types of things, like, ways that she can move within the legal system. So, yeah, it's a big deal. No matter how long she's in there, it doesn't matter. It's all the same, unfortunately. Seen as the same thing, regardless. Because now, anytime somebody's asking on, like, these little questionnaires or whatever for anything that you have to answer, like, through any sort of organization where they'll ask specific questions about your are you like have you ever been convicted for anything, have you ever spent time in jail, she has to answer yes to all those questions now, unfortunately.
Kind of fun to watch and gawk at. Anyway, shout out to Florida. And
That was Florida?
a huge shout out to Leonardo.
Nah, I didn't really like that
sponsoring this
video because, like, for one, I don't even know what was going on in that dentist office like that. Like, why was she arrested in the first? There's just so many questions. Like, hold on, can we run back to the beginning to actually see what, if that, maybe I missed something.
So this woman, let's call her Diamond, because she's a real gem. And one day, Diamond is at the dentist's office. I think it's for a consultation kind of thing. I'm not really sure. But she's about to start some major shit. Because allegedly, while she's there, she learned she needs to get some work done. So, after the appointment, she asks the receptionist, actually, can I get documentation of everything that was done today? And this turns into a bit of an argument, because the staff is like, yeah, that'll take time to compile together, but we'll mail it to you. But Diamond apparently wants her documentation now. And she makes a huge deal out of this, and it turns into a fight. And eventually, I guess the...
Was she, like, on some type of, like... Hold on. Alright. Hypothetical, right? She had some kind of work done today, right? I don't know if they had her on some kind of, like, medication, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, whatever, like, she was on and she's at the dentist's office, I imagine, like, she's probably not doing it raw. There's probably some kind of, like, sedative, what would you say? I guess, like, sedative solution that they had her on or something like that while she was getting her thing. So maybe she's not even really thinking right. Or is she just, like, paranoid or something? She's having some kind of, like, reaction to it, and, like, certain parts of her, like, logical processes are just, like, not operating with, like, a reasonable capacity, and she's just like, what? I need my documentation. They're not giving me the documentation. And she goes into some kind of, like, fight or flight or whatever. I had no idea, honestly. I had no idea what happened in there. But all I know is that this situation was crazy. Because, like, without that extra information, I can't really even make a, like, cohesive judgment about the situation. Because, yes, she was acting crazy, but, like, that could have been for any reason, right? That's not because she's, like, a crazy person. Literally, she was, like, probably, if I had to guess, had some kind of adverse reaction to, like, whatever was going on with the surgeries or whatever, and she just didn't feel safe or, like, like she had any rights in the situation. And that kind of escalated when they were further trying to control her, and then it just escalated and escalated until it ended up like that. So I don't know. That's my take on the situation. But let me know what y'all think in the comments with that one. Honestly, we'll do one more. Yeah, we'll do one more of this one. Let me go ahead and like the video though, bro. Ray William, bro. My man Ray Willem Johnson. Nah, serial killer is crazy. Reality check is crazy, bro. That's jail time, bro. That's unfortunate, bro. Whoa. She killed. Whoa. Whoa. Where's that in history? Oh, we seen this. This was like a minute ago. This was a long time ago. It's a bit of an old video. Trapped. Dater. Okay, Jodi Arias. But Jodi Arias is old, to be fair. This was like super old story. Which one should we watch? Slept with an Inmate. Oh, I think I had this one up actually. We were gonna watch one day, but we didn't. Later. We can watch this one. Yeah, I got no problems watching this one. This is gonna be the last one for this video. For this particular video.
Prison workers who fall in love with an inmate and then.
Yeah, they're always doing that, bro. They're always doing that. What's that show? Love After Lockup? Yeah, that show is crazy. That show is different. Hello? Are we playing?
To help them
Okay, there we
escape.
go.
Now this story starts with this woman, Bobby.
Okay.
Bobby's
Bobby.
32 years old when all
Millie
this
Bobby
begins.
Brown.
She's living in Oklahoma, but Bobby
Okay.
has a huge problem. She's not happy
Ricky
with her
Bobby.
marriage. She and her husband
Here we go.
allegedly just aren't clicking anymore like they used to, and
Yeah, I
sometimes
bet.
it gets lonely for her. But all that is about to change because Bobby works in the state prison in Oklahoma where she runs a pottery class for inmates.
She gonna run into some
And
real
one day
hardened,
in 1993,
masculine
she
men.
meets this inmate, Dial. Dial is actually serving time for murder. But despite that, he's actually considered a
Actual
well-behaved
criminal, bro.
prisoner. He follows the rules.
Well
the staff
behaved.
likes him. He's also a talented artist. Like he's really good at
Is
sculpting.
she gonna be like,
So the prison staff
she gonna be like, oh, he's such a gentleman. Actual convicted felon, convicted killer. She'd be like, oh, but he's such a gentleman.
gives him special privileges. Like he's allowed to work outside the prison walls sometimes.
Wait,
He's
he
allowed
can
to
work
help
outside
Bobby
of the
run her
prison?
pottery class for the inmates. And
Oh, he
because of
helps
that,
Bobby run
he
the
and
class?
Bobby start
Okay.
spending a lot of time together.
Alright, yeah,
pottery
you're
and
cooked, bro.
teaching inmates. Sometimes
You're
they
cooked.
even leave the prison grounds to visit shopkeepers and I guess either buy supplies
He
or
literally... Nah, whatever genjutsu this guy has is going crazy, bro. What kind of shotgun, bro? He's like, let me out of the prison. Like, oh, what? That's crazy. His Conqueror's hockey's off the charts, bro. He's just out of the prison. Just that he might as well not even be in prison. He might as well be one of the guards himself at that point. They're literally letting him just stroll around with the guards around the city, going to different shops and stuff. I don't even think he has any chains on him.
And while all this is going on, Bobby starts
He's just
thinking,
unlocked.
Dial, he's kind of fine. And he thinks Bobby is fine right back. And they end up liking
Really
each
doing
other,
anything,
and they
bro.
end up falling in love.
They be
Of
going for
course, he's an
anything,
inmate,
people,
So they
man.
gotta keep this romance hidden. But
Uh,
here's what makes all of this extremely complicated.
look, I
Bobby's
get it, bro.
husband also works at the prison. He's
He also
actually
works there?
the deputy warden.
He's the
Now,
warden?
at some point,
Nah,
Bobby
she's
starts
just playing
thinking
with
that
her
this
life at this
secret
point.
hidden emotional
Bobby needs to go play video games, honestly. Because, like, if she wants something to spice her life up, she wants some excitement, don't mess your actual life up going for that. Just go play, like, some kind of immersive video game or something like that, or, like, watch a show or something. You do not have to start moving crazy within your own life for some excitement. You're about to ruin your whole marriage, cheating with an inmate. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're about to get fired. Might be getting thrown in jail yourself. Might be getting killed by this actual convicted felon. What is this, bro? People just don't be thinking.
Affair that she's having with Dial, it's just not working for her. She can't do it anymore. But instead of ending the relationship, she decides to help Dial escape from this
Oh my
prison.
gosh,
So
you're
they
going
can
to
run
jail.
away together and I guess
All right, Bonnie and
live
Clyde.
on the run for the rest of their lives.
All
I don't
right,
know what
yeah,
the
I'm
plan
sure
is.
that's very
So
romantic and
some
all that, but
time
you're going to
passes,
jail.
And it's now 1994. And the big
I got
day
nothing for you at
finally
this point.
comes.
What are we?
The
We're
day
2 minutes into the video, and I'm already. Yeah, I got nothing for you. You're cooked.
they're going to attempt
Sorry.
this escape. And Bobby tells her deputy warden husband that she's leaving to go
Hey,
shopping.
you're just
and she
moving
leaves.
crazy.
Then she
I can't
takes
even
their
defend you.
minivan and I guess picks up Dial, and together they just drive off the prison grounds. And since this is not the first
Moving
time
crazy,
she and Dial have
bro.
left the prison together, I assume the guards think that they're.
She
just
could have
going
been playing a
shopping.
Telltale game, bro. She could have been playing a Telltale romance game, but she chose to do this.
To sell some pottery or something, and they let them pass by. So Bobby abandons her job, her husband, and her 2 kids because she's got 2
2 kids?
at home.
She abandoned the
She and
kids?
her convicted
Hold on, nah,
murderer
this
inmate
woman is
lover Flee
insane.
the state, and they travel from Oklahoma all the way
Whoa.
down to Texas.
She had 2 kids with bro? She just abandoned the whole family to run away with an inmate to Texas. Bro, what? What is this? People moving so crazy. Bro. So I guess forget the kids, right? They don't need a mom. That's crazy.
Meanwhile, back at the prison, the deputy warden husband, he eventually realizes that not only is his wife missing, but Dial the inmate is also missing, and that they're
Free Tupac.
together. So he calls the police, and they start
This
investigating.
is silly, bro.
But they all assume that not that they ran away
Nah,
together.
the way that Ray William Johnson be telling these stories, he be making them seem like they're actual, like, competent, like, mentally stable individuals. But the reality of the situation is they're probably not. Like, probably very, very far from it. And there were probably a lot of signs. But it makes it seem like they're just like, oh, they're just like these normal citizens. And then they start moving crazy. It's like, nah, they were probably already moving crazy. But... or at least had the makings of someone who can move crazy. Like they just had like some things that were running unchecked in the background that just like came to a point where they're just like, all right, we're gonna start moving the craziest now. But this is wild.
But the Dial had
This is a wild story.
Bobby and
Victim?
used her to escape. So they start looking for them, and there's this whole
Okay.
manhunt, and they place Dial on the FBI's most wanted list. But by now, Dial and Bobby are in Hurst, Texas. And there, they stop at a local store, and Bobby calls, not her husband, but her mom. And she's like, hey,
Her
Mom,
mom.
I can't talk now, but I'm okay. Then later, she calls one of her friends, and she tells her the same thing. She's like, I want you to call home and tell the kids that I love them. And I guess
Nah,
the
bro,
friend's
what are you
like,
on?
Okay. So Bobby never directly calls her husband or her
What?
daughters. Anyway, after that, she and Dial keep driving until they get to Houston.
What?
There, they settle down. And Dial, somehow he gets a job as a security guard because I guess they don't do background checks at this place. But apparently, these two don't feel safe in Houston because they don't stay there for long. So they move again. They move a few times, actually. And
At this
finally,
point,
they
I'm
end
done with
up
the story.
in Campty, Texas.
This is
which
already crazy
literally
enough.
in the
It
middle
speaks
of
for me.
nowhere. Like it's nothing but a few dirt roads out there. But there,
Okay.
they changed their names and they both land a job at this local chicken farm, earning like $500 a week. And they
Okay.
start building a life there. They live in this trailer home and they start going to church regularly.
Okay.
They're doing everything to act like any normal couple. Although they mostly avoid close interactions with other people, they kind of just
Okay.
keep to themselves. And this goes on for years. And no one at work or at the church appears to suspect anything.
Why would
Then,
they?
around 2001, someone writes a book about their escape, and it
Oh,
gets
wow.
published. And Dial picks
Oh,
himself
wow.
up a copy, he takes it home, and
That's
he reads it.
crazy.
Now, this book portrays Dial as a kidnapper. It claims that he kidnapped Bobby. So Dial, he
Whoa.
gets all mad, and he somehow gets the author's contact info, and he calls him to try and correct the record and say,
Get him
no,
arrested.
no, she came with me willingly. Plus, he tells the
Hang
author
him
that
up.
he
Get
and
him
Bobby
arrested.
are happy and that they're doing okay. Then he even puts Bobby on the line to say hi. And now, of course, this author immediately reports this call to the
Yeah,
police,
get them
and the police
arrested, bro.
investigate it, but nothing comes of it since the police don't know where this call was actually coming from.
You
So
fumbled
anyway,
the bag,
more
bro.
years pass, and they keep living.
They don't know where the call is from,
working
bro.
on this
They should
chicken
have. Nah, the author should have opted them out, bro. Been like, yo, where y'all living now? I'll write this down in the next book. Just finesse them. He wasn't thinking, man.
But then, in
He wasn't
2004,
thinking.
something terrible happens.
What happened?
Dial actually has a heart attack, and he ends up in the hospital.
Whoa.
Bobby, she stays home, and she's apparently devastated by
Whoa.
this. She even writes him a love letter about how much she misses him.
Whoa.
Now, he eventually recovers, and they go back to their normal chicken farm life. So
Okay.
it seems like they're just gonna keep up this life on the run forever, and police are
Okay.
never going to bust them.
Did they bust him?
Until it's 2005.
Hey,
Which means
2005.
they've been on the run,
How long has
living
it been?
together for 11 years.
11 years.
And around this
bro?
time, the TV show America's Most Wanted airs an
Ooh.
episode talking about
Talking
the
about
Dial
them?
and Bobby prison escape. Then someone in
Mm.
Texas, who I guess lives near Dial, sees
Hey,
his
we
picture
know them.
on the America's Most Wanted TV show website, and they go, "Wait a minute, that's my neighbor." And so this person calls the police, and soon
Oh,
enough, a
yo.
whole lot of sheriff's deputies show up, and they surround the chicken farm. And so, bam, Dial is arrested. Here's his mugshot. And of course, they
Whoa.
take Bobby into custody because they got a
Some
whole
Bobby and
lot
Clyde.
of questions for her. Now,
Bonnie and
when they
Clyde, Bobby
question
and
her,
Dial.
she starts claiming that she's not in a relationship with Dial, that he actually forced her to help him escape at knife point, and that he kept her prisoner for 11 years.
People be
Then,
saying
when
whatever,
they question
bro.
Dial, he sticks up for her.
How you staying prisoner? How you staying a prisoner for 11 years in a town like that? That must have been a nice prison. I don't know. Hey,
Yeah, don't blame her, blame me. I kidnapped her and held her captive for 11 years. So it seems
Let's
like
start
they
yap-
coordinated this response,
capping,
and that
bro.
if they ever got caught, they would blame it all on him so that
Mm-hmm.
she wouldn't have to go to prison like he has to. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. The feds, they're
they
not
didn't
buying
believe
this
it.
whole
Yeah,
story.
nah.
They think Bobby was in love with Dial and that she
Yeah,
was
that's what
in on
happened.
his
Cause
escape.
y'all gotta work. Y'all gotta watch how they were moving beforehand. Too. They probably had records. They probably had the records from the jail of people saying, yeah, they were moving crazy. When they were together, when they were here, they were like going out on the town and stuff. He was basically not even a prisoner.
Partly because when they searched Bobby and Dial's trailer, they found
Okay.
the love letter she wrote him. They also
Ah, there it
found
is.
cards that they exchanged. They also
There it
found
is.
a box of condoms. They also found a sex toy. Not to mention,
Nah, it's cooked.
there were 2 bedrooms in the trailer, but
2
only one of
bedrooms?
them was being used.
Ooh.
Also, when he had a heart attack and was in the hospital, she could have just like left and escaped, but
Yeah,
she didn't.
she wasn't.
So eventually, they charge Bobby with helping him escape incarceration, and she goes to trial, and she's found guilty, and she's sentenced to 1 year in prison.
1 year is
While
insane.
Dial, he takes a plea deal for the escape, and he's sentenced to 7 years in prison
7?
on top of his original sentence.
Oh, on top. What was his original sentence though?
So this
I wanna know.
influencer
What was his
hates
original
when
sentence? Can we pause this? Okay, there we go. What was his original sentence? That's such a crazy story, bro. Nah, she literally was on the run for 11 years, has to go to jail for 1 year. That's still kind of a W for her, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she basically got away with it. Going to jail for 1 year is not that crazy for that. Nah, she basically walked. But hey, crazy times, man, crazy times. But hey, that's gonna be the video. Let me know if y'all liked it. I hope that was enjoyable. This is gonna be a longer one, 44 minutes. I like that though. Let me know y'all like these longer videos where we like combine some smaller ones in here. I feel like it fits. There's a place for it. Probably gonna have like the short ones still, and then have some of the long ones. But that's just me yapping. We're gonna be talking. But yeah, go ahead and like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.